We're gathered here today to celebrate the life of Linda C. Burgess. She was a beautiful woman, lived a very full life. She's left behind her husband Craig, her two daughters, Linda and Lori, their husbands, and their children, Nathan, Sarah, Christine, and Trenton. As you all know, I am her oldest granddaughter, Christine, and I loved my grandmother. She was one of the women in my life that were just such great role models, and she really just loved everyone she met. I don't think there was a single person that she met who didn't like her or she didn't like them. As you all know, she was a painter, she was an artist, she was a wife, a mother, friend, an aunt, a daughter, and a very, very great confidant. She was the woman that I always looked up to, and I always went to if I had any questions or just wanted to tell her something that happened to me that was just awesome or bad that day. As you all know, she wasn't just a great person, she was an amazing artist. For 50 years, she painted, she watercolored, she did stained glasses, she made outfits, she loved to do floral arrangements, and her favorite thing, as you all know, is just changing up her entire house every few years. I remember one year that we came back to her house for Christmas, and everything was completely different. Before, it was beige and pretty colors and flowers, and then on a dime, it became this gorgeous antique Renaissance decoration with burgundy and roses and gold everywhere, and she loved it. But of course, she changed her mind, like we all do, and made her house even more beautiful. She met her husband Craig, as you all know, in high school. They were best friends, and then they became lovers, and they fell in love, and they got married right out of high school sweethearts, and they've been married for 50 years, over 50 years actually, and he was probably one of her greatest accomplishments besides her children. He was always there for her. You could just see whenever they were together the amount of love that they shared for each other. I don't ever remember an instance where they argued or fought in front of us. It was very rare for them to argue. They were just always happy. So they met in high school. He was actually in the Navy, as you all know, and they ended up moving around, and she followed him because she loved him. And then they followed out his parents out to Oregon, as you all know, and they got a house, had children, had a full life. She had a full life. And she will be going up to heaven and meeting her parents again and her brothers who have died. And even though she's gone from us now, we will never forget her. She will always be on our hearts. She will always be in our minds. We'll always say, hey, look at that. Doesn't that make you remind you of the many clocks that Grandma has in her house? She loved to collect antiques. I know whenever I go to an antique shop, I will always think of her because many of the items that I have that are antiques, she got for me. I know that she's in a better place and that my grandfather will see her soon, hope in a few years maybe. He will see her again. I think that's what gets him through these hard times. And so let's just celebrate her life and think about all the positive things that she has brought to our lives and that we've given to her that she will be able to remember and we will remember. So thank you all for being here. And thank you, Linda. You are a great, great person. Thank you, guys.